Hey everybody, welcome back to the Backyard Horse Enthusiast. Today, we're thrilled to introduce you to an incredible company making waves in the trail riding community, Horse Hoodies. Their mission? To provide chemical-free, handcrafted products that are protecting horses and ensuring a comfortable, safe ride for both horse and rider. From innovative fly protection to eco-friendly horse gear, Horse Hoodies is making a positive impact while staying true to their made in the USA roots. Whether you're a seasoned trail rider or you're just starting out, this is a story you won't want to miss. Now let's get started. This episode of the Backyard Horse Enthusiast is brought to you by our generous sponsor, Shagbark Lumber and Farm Supply in East Haddam, Connecticut. For over 4 decades, Shagbark has been my trusted local source for quality horse care products, feed, and farm supplies. Stop by and see why Shagbark is the go-to destination for horse lovers in our community. Shagbark Lumber and Farm Supply, where you can find everything you need for your horses and farm.
Hello, ladies, and welcome to the Backyard Horse Enthusiast. We are super happy to have you here today as our guest. All right. Well, we've already done our introduction. And now we want to dive right into the questions that we have for both. And anybody jump in, add to, whatever.
Sure will.
And I'm sure you've heard this a million times, but tell our viewers what inspired you even start Horse Hoodies, and how has your mission for Horse Hoodies evolved since 2018?
Well, I guess it all started because of my horse. Diane and I would ride together, trail ride all over the place. And when it came bug season, my horse hated the bugs, hates them with a passion, head bobbing, runs me into the trees, the brush, anywhere he can go. And Diane would never know where I'm at. So
she'd be there, she'd be gone.
Yeah. So I told her, I said, okay, I'm not getting rid of my horse. Let's find a solution. So we took like 7 or 8 fly masks and decided let's go all the way down the neck. Let's go farther. Let's tack it on the left. Get the material that's soft, lightweight, airy, doesn't sweat like the other fly masks seem to. And came up with the horse hoodie. And we both still, I'm not real sure how we decided to sell them. It was just something that happened, and we have enjoyed every minute of it.
When it comes to when we started this, it was just our full fly mask from the nose to the withers. And we went to our first expo. Everyone was very excited, and all we heard was, but what about their butt? So we made what we call our glute guard that covers the butt, went to another expo, and then we got, well, what about their belly? And we've heard, what about their chest? What about me? We make them for humans now. So we are up to 11 products now, I think, when we just started with the one, but we just keep growing because people keep asking us.
We realized there is a problem. They needed a solution, and we decided we can be the solution.
100%. I can tell you, ladies, that this past summer, my friend Jen and I, who will trail ride all through winter, that doesn't deter us, right? Soon as the bugs come out, boom, done. If we or we're going out literally at 6 a.m. in the morning to try to beat them, and then you get to a certain point in the summer where it doesn't even matter if you're going out, before sun up, after dusk, like they're just still there, right? So it's and then you get to the end of the summer and you're like, well, how much trail riding did we get to do? Like none.
Not
So
enough.
we're missing out on fun times. And our horses, I've got a metabolic, a Cushing's gelding.
Right.
He needs to be exercised. Like this is life
Mm-hmm.
for him, a healthy life. So your products are basically saving, helping horses
Mhm.
live longer. Truly, it sounds, you wouldn't even,
Right.
think,
Right.
but absolutely.
We've
So
had
Yeah.
many people come up and say that we've saved trail riding for them. I mean, some of them have tears in their eyes. They're so emotional that they can finally go trail riding in the summertime again.
How many hugs do we get, Diane? We get hugs all the time.
All day long. All day long.
I love that.
It's very satisfying, very gratifying.
I'm sure
Mhm.
these products are made with so much love, you can tell.
And they're all handmade. We make them all. We sew them all. So
That's what I was just going to ask. My next question is that your products are handmade with such care and attention to detail. Can you walk us, the viewers, myself included, through the process of creating a horse hoodie from start to finish?
Well, we start with bolts of material. We have all of our patterns on big pieces of cardboard that we lay the material on top of. We fold it back and forth on top of it and cut it out, mark where the pins or where the weights go, or the elastic straps or the Velcro. Then we cut we take 5-yard bolts of fleece, cut that into 2-inch strips, which that took a while to figure out how to do because we didn't want a bunch of little strips, which sometimes there are still a couple pieces, but for the most part, it's one piece of fleece all the way around. And then, let's see, first we sew the Velcro onto the mesh, and then we trim them with the Velcro, and then we put our strap we have a hook at the end of the neck piece to keep it attached to the saddle. So if the horse puts their head down, that doesn't slide down their neck. So.
Wow. How many prototypes did you have to, did you make them and then you're like, oh, okay, let's go out and trail ride and,
oh, we made them out of screens. We made them out of whatever material we could find. And then we came across this material and it was just like a aha moment. It doesn't snag with the Velcro. You can go through the burrs, the brush. It will hold up. And we were like, that's it. That's what we needed. And from then on, we order them by the 500 to 1,000 yards at a time, between the two of us. And that's a couple times a year. So we do a lot of sewing.
It's funny to go in the stores and people are like, what are you making that you need 1,000 yards of material? There's people behind us buying 3 yards or 5 yards. It's just kind of fun.
Oh my goodness. You guys have field tested your products on horses, mules, and donkeys. What were some of the most surprising or valuable insights that you've gained from that process?
I'm surprised. I'm still surprised at the donkey and mules.
Yeah.
We were going to an expo and there was a clinician there that did donkeys and mules. And so someone came and said, you got to get donkey and mule masks. Well, we don't have donkeys or mules between the two of us. So we're like, well, we need measurements from somebody. So we got measurements. And then I actually went online and I said, we need a model to get some pictures of these products. So we met this woman. She answered my ad. She's like, what do you want? I said, I don't want your mule. I'm not taking it. We'll just come to your house. So she was great. And then we actually got to, these ears aren't quite big enough. The face
that was a mammoth. That was the big one.
Yeah, we thought the ears 16 inches would be long enough, but we ended up having to go with 18-inch ears. So, and then again, we get people, our customers, when we first started making them, we're like, please let us know how these fit. I don't mind constructive criticism. Beth is always like, what's wrong with our product? But like, help us make it better. Help us make it better.
we put our heart and soul in it. We've been doing this for so long that, I mean, we can usually look at your horse and determine whether you need a pony, cob, Arabian horse, warm blood, because we've looked at so many. So we try to do our best guess, and we have measurements to that they can go by as well.
Nice. Excellent. How do you balance functionality and comfort in your designs, especially given the variety of terrains and conditions your products are used in?
Comfort, I would think, is our number one.
Mhm.
There's nothing on our product that's going to irritate your horse. Everything's lined with fleece. We put fleece behind the Velcro. We put the pokey part of the Velcro away from your horse so that will never come into contact with your horse. I mean, that's one of the things we thought of when we designed it.
It's also, we prototype these on our own horses. So we would not have a customer use something that we have not already used on ours. And ours use them, I mean, our poor horses, and I have a mini horse all the way up to Diane has a draft. So it kind of, we go in between. They wear them for weeks and weeks on end before we decide to, okay, this is going to work, or no, we got to tweak this a little bit. So it's not like someone sitting at a desk saying, oh, okay, make this. No, we're horse people. It comes from our horses, how they react to it. And thank goodness they've all loved them.
Your green initiative is incredibly inspiring. Could you share more about your partnership with the ladies of South Colony and the impact of your donated materials?
South Colony is a retirement facility in my hometown. And I happened to come, I had a sister-in-law living there at one time, and we came across one of her friends, and they take pillowcases and stuff them with material and make dog beds for the local shelters. And I said, I can bring you garbage bags full of material if you would like. So that's just kind of how it started. And it's just nice to know that we're helping them. I don't know, it changes from every week. They all just meet down in the group room and make dog beds. So that's very, very nice to do.
And all our material was soft, so it worked perfect for them.
Oh, wow. Oh, and you're not sending scrap material off to,
No.
Nope.
Oh, wonderful. Your fall and winter line offers protection from both pests and harsh weather. What challenges did you face in designing this dual purpose gear, and how did you overcome that?
Are you referring to our safety stuff or our riding skirts?
Your riding skirts.
Well, that was interesting. There used to be a company out of Alaska that made them, and they stopped making them. And we had a customer get a hold of us and say, can you make a skirt? And so we both kind of looked at each other for 2 days going, how do you design a skirt? We got the skirt part figured out, but the waistband was hard. And then all of a sudden Beth was like, I've got it. And so she figured out how to get the waistband on there, and we made that again how we would want it to be. It's a Velcro waist. It's very much if you got a little coat or a thick coat, because we pretty much say put it on last, put it on over your coat. And depending on the weather, you might have a thick coat or heavy coat. So you need to have a little bit of variety in how big your waistband's going to be. So those have been a huge hit too.
Nice.
But we have about a 10 to 12 inch adjustment per skirt. So there's 3 different sizes, but it adjusts because we don't know if you wear Carhartt, do you wear Downs, what kind of coat do you wear? So we make it very flexible, and we put in an extra deep pocket, a double fincillated deep pocket. And because most skirts don't have them for riding, and we've had people test them trotting, doing anything, and the keys don't come out, your phone doesn't come out, and it's been really helpful.
So how does that work? Do you put it on after you mount your horse, Or
Either way, or you
matter.
can do it, you can do it from the ground. And what
Okay.
we advise is just take the right hand side and tuck it into your waistband. So you're going to pick up your right hand corner, put it in your waistband. That frees up your right leg to swing over your horse, and then just pop it back down when you're up there.
I wear mine when I trailer out. As soon as I get out of the car, I put my skirt on before the horse even comes out of the trailer because it keeps me warm when I'm brushing and tacking up.
It is a windbreaker. We have water resistant. We have, or excuse me, waterproof or weather resistant. And they block the wind. Nothing goes through them. And you're also getting the heat from the horse under the skirt, and that's what's heating your legs, your calves, your bum, everything.
Wow, that makes sense.
And it's also good for the horse because the horse is keeping their joints warm as well. Some have arthritis in the hips. They have a back problem. It's keeping those joints warm while you're working the horse.
Yeah. Like, you know, we often use a wool cooler, right? Over their
Correct.
haunches to keep those warm as we're warming them up. That's this multiple purposes. I love that.
We have people that use them to walk their dog. They use them to go to stadium bleachers because they want to watch their grandkids, but they're so cold. They use them for everything.
Awesome.
I have one hanging in my barn when I stop in to do chores. I throw it on while I'm feeding. It's amazing how quickly, when we have people stand in our booth and they put one on, how quickly they can feel the heat on their legs. And
they're a ripstop denier, so you can wash them, you can just wipe them off.
How do you clean them?
Yes, it's just like your horse blanket, except they're like a 1200. This is only a 600. This is a lower number, so it's more flexible. It's not as loud and it's not as thick, but we put the thinsulated liner on the inside, and that takes care of that.
And you both are sewing these as well? You're crafting them?
Yep.
As you can tell behind me, we have quite a few products.
And for our viewers, if you skipped over the introduction, go back, rewind, look at the introduction, because you're going to see images of all the products, all including that amazing skirt that you can wear, your riding skirt.
We have mothers that buy them for 4-H kids. They have to stand there for an hour and a half waiting for their kids. They buy them so they don't freeze.
Yeah, I don't think you have to be an equestrian to
No, you don't.
A great use for that. I love it. And so much easier. It's like I go hiking with my dog almost every morning, and it's, you know, single digits, and I have to put my snow pants on. Like everything's got these layers and layers, when really I can wear my insulated tights, but then put that over it.
Yep.
And then when I have to, you know, cup of coffee in the morning, I'm out in the woods. It'd be a lot easier to, you know.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
You know,
and we also have them they're in bright colors, so you can be seen very well too.
Oh, I'm loving this. Oh, you emphasize exceptional customer care as a cornerstone of your business.
Yes.
Can you share a story about how you went above and beyond for a customer? I'm sure you have multiple stories.
So many stories. We get people that you can tell they're ready to argue when they're like, I got this, it's not the right size for my horse. How do I send it back? Can I get a refund? And they're just, you know, how hard is this going to be, basically? And we're like, send it back. Well, please include a note. So many times we get just a random package with a horse hoodie on it. Then I'm like, I don't know what this is for. So then they'll call back all mad. You never sent my replacement. Like, I didn't know what to send. I will get that out tomorrow. But customer service is so few and far between these days.
Yeah.
And people, I think you could ask anybody, and they just love dealing with us because we make the customer happy. That's what we do.
And if they're not sure of the size or what they need, we have pictures of horses where they can do their measurements. It tells them exactly where we need those measurements, and we will design it per their measurements. So we did a custom job last summer it was a vaccine that got infected, and all the skin was off of the neck, and I would do a custom cover for that. So it can't touch it, but it's got to be able to stay on. But we made her two, so she could clean one while the other one was drying and put on a fresh one. So we've done a lot of custom work too, just to make sure they get the exact fit we need.
I have a suggestion. Here's an idea. We've got a horse in our barn, in our facility, that has EPM and was unstable. And before he was diagnosed, this happened so rapidly, he caught his eye on something, and he lacerated the actual eyeball.
Oh, no.
And, they've been warm compressing and all that, and putting a fly mask, the soft ones on there. But here's an idea, especially for horses with EPM or any horse that's got an eye injury. How about one of your masks, but then with something a little more, almost like a blinker that's a little more rigid to protect the eye? Because that's what this poor guy needs right now. I'm like, he can't afford to even rub his eye on the corner of a stall. You know what I mean? That would be devastating. And that mask is not going to protect that. So there's your homework, girls.
We have been approached about that. People have asked us. Yeah. And the problem being is we have pleats above the eyes. So for us to put something rigid, we want it big. We want it blousy. We don't want it to touch the skin. So what would we attach it to? That's got to be something that we're thinking of the design, but we haven't come up with anything yet.
But if anyone can, you guys can.
We will give it our best try.
For the announcement.
Yeah. They also want to cover for the nose, but our material is so soft and lightweight, it'll go right in the nostril. So again, that would have to be some form of cage to go over the nose to hold our material out from the nostrils.
How do you stay connected to the needs of the equestrian community and ensure that your products are evolving in the with ever evolving requirements? Does that make sense?
Yeah, that would be from our customers saying, this isn't, can it be longer? Can it be shorter? Again, how about, can you put something in their in the mask to keep it off their eyes? I mean, horse people aren't shy about saying, I don't like that. It needs to be like this. And we listen.
And we just are signing up with an endurance rider, a younger girl. So our products are for all ages, all
disciplines.
Yeah.
So what's next for Horse Hoodies? Are there any new products or initiatives on the horizon that you're particularly excited about?
We have come out with a couple lately in the last year. We try to come up with something about once a year. And we did come up with probably the newest is the cannon covers.
Can you take her out, please?
So they're like a fly boot. So you're going to get, ours are a lot different than average. Give me 1 second here.
Oh, she's got one.
Yes. They're going to come in black and orange trim. They will have a true reflective on both sides. So you will have reflective. They will be seen. There's 7 different types of support in here. So they will not come down. But you want them to be blousy. You want them to be big. So that's why they're pleated the way they are. And as you can see, the hole stays open, but we have them elastic at the top as well as the bottom. So we had a lot of people saying our fly boots, the horses, when they poo, they go right down their boots.
Mm-hmm.
Taking care of that. So we won't have any problems with the poo going down the boots. And it's a full elastic strip. On the inside, we have all fleece. There's nothing that will irritate the horse. Again, we kind of spoil our horses and we don't want anything that would hurt someone else's. But these are our new fly boots. So they come in a pack of 4 and we have 3 different sizes. And we even have them for the minis. We have mini donkey, mini horse. We have pony cob Arabian horse, and then we have warm blood and draft.
That was going back to your one question about how do you change things when what is that, like our 7th design for those?
It took 3 years to come up with these. 3 years. With that design, the first product, we tried using our mesh because people just love our soft mesh, and it just, with them getting up and getting down, it just couldn't hold up. So we decided to go a little bit heavier screening for the fly boots. But it's still very see-through. So they're getting a lot of air through there. So you won't have any fungal problems. You won't have any type of, what am I thinking of? Scratches, whatever they get on their legs. Yeah, because you won't have the moisture in there.
I love that. I mean, I can tell you, I've bought many, many, many. And yes, typically I find poop in the rear ones, you know, the fries. I go to take them off and I'm like, oh, would you look at that? A couple of turd balls in there for me. Okay. You know, it should not be healthy either, right?
Right.
Sitting in there. So I will be, I'll be, they're available already? Like you have
yes, they're on the website in both colors, and we will be taking them to all the expos as well. So if you are going to one of our expos, one of the big ones, we will have them there.
Awesome. Wonderful. So you guys travel well, clearly you came out to the Massachusetts, Springfield, Mass Equine Expo. That's where we met.
Yeah.
And my friend who was with me, she bought a hoodie right there. Like she was like, I'm getting that. And then I was like so intrigued by what you both were doing with this.
Yeah.
That's why I asked you. I'm sure you thought I was crazy. Like, who is this woman? She wants to interview us. I'm like, I do.
You weren't the first.
No.
If that helps. You're not the first crazy person come in our booth.
Thank God. I'm like, I'm okay with cold calling, you know, because you've never seen me before in your life. And I'm like, hey, may I have your ear? Which, good God, you guys were so busy. You didn't need me.
We appreciate you getting back with us. We really do.
Definitely.
Thank you. Okay, so how about for our equestrians that are new to Horse Hoodies? They're watching this right now and they're like, hoodies? What would you like them to know about your brand and what sets your brand apart from all the other equestrian gear out there, fly gear and all of that?
I think when they're out on the trails, a lot of people are like, where did you get that? If you just look at the little tag that we put on the hoodies and the glute guards on every product, it says horsehoodies.org. It'll give you the website. So tell your friends when you're going down the trails or when someone asks you. And our safety gear, all of our products have that on there.
Thank you.
One thing people don't quite realize how much your horse is distracted by flies when they're constantly having to shake their head and look, and when they put our hoodie on, they can just go down the road. There's no head shaking. They're able to concentrate on what you want them to do, and it just helps them out immensely.
Yeah, they're more focused.
For sure. And you know, and they're not going to take you into the brush, you know, under a low limb to get the bugs off of them.
Bucking, hitting the belly. I mean, that's dangerous for riders.
Oh my gosh, I can tell you, yes, I was dumped a couple of years back because my horse. And so
we're glad to be able to help with that.
One thing we do hear that it's not irritating, but it's frustrating is people walk by our booth, look at our hoodie and go, my horse would never allow me to put that on them. When I got my horse, he was on a field for 10 years, 160 acres, just being a horse. He had an old guy owned him and he just liked looking out the window at him. So he wasn't even used to being scratched behind the ears. So I got him used to our hoodie like the third time, maybe. I mean, I just slowly put it on him, and then they're very light. They only weigh 8 ounces, and there's really they don't come into contact with them. And he got used to it so quickly. And it's just frustrating when people walk by and go, yeah, my horse would never allow me to put that on him. And I think you got to try it, Yeah.
Right.
Exactly.
And
if they try it and their horse refuses, absolutely no. We have a lot of people that say, oh, I can't put anything on their ears. Okay, we made earless hoodies. Oh, they can't have anything on their face. Okay, we made faceless hoodies. So give us an idea and we'll hopefully come up with an answer.
I love
We did have one lady ask if we could put holes for the eyes and the ears. And we were just like, no, we can't do, what's the point of that?
Mm-hmm.
So that one we actually said no to.
Yeah, we have a hard time saying no. We will listen to everybody. We want to know. That's how our products evolve, and that's how Horse Hoodies evolves.
Yeah, it sounds like you guys put a lot of thought, effort, passion into this, that you want to bring the joy back to riding in the middle of the summer, and also bringing safety into it, right? So, and everybody's comfortable.
Plus, also, they're not putting chemicals on their horse's face and neck. The deer flies are going to attack right behind the ears. And, you don't, all the diseases they carry. I mean, we're just trying to help. I didn't want to put fly spray all over my horse's face or trying to rub it in, and they don't like it. We don't like it. So we came up with something that it works. Not even the gnats, black flies. We sell them to a lot of Florida people because the black flies don't even get into it. They may land on them and they'll go for a ride, but they don't bite.
Right, which is so irritating. I mean, even myself, for quite a few summers, I wear, it looks like a mesh bag on my head when I'm out hiking, and even when I'm out with so that saves me. And I can't tell you how many other hikers will stop me and say, oh my God, where did you, I mean, it kind of looks hideous because it does look like I'm wearing a black mesh bag on my head, literally. And it's kind of, I don't know, it's got a drawstring at the bottom. But I ended up ordering a ton of them, and I carry them on my fanny pack when I'm out hiking with my dog, because inevitably someone will stop me and ask, what is that? Where'd you get it? And I started giving them away. But then you guys will appreciate this because you're entrepreneurs. Then I started putting my business card in the little bag with.
There you go.
Like it's a good.
Yeah. That was one of the products we started to make also, because people kept coming in the booth going, what about me? So now you can get we call it a human hoodie to match your horse hoodie.
Awesome.
Yeah. And especially if you're the first horse or the tallest horse, you get the cobwebs, you get the gnats, you get all of that stuff. And they're actually, people buy them. We've had gardeners buy them. And the best thing was dog groomers. Dog groomers, when they're blowing out these coats, they put their hoodie on, and all they have to do is turn inside out, blow it, and they don't get it in their hair, in their ears, and all over.
Yes, I think girls with the dogs. She's in Canada. She wears one when she's blowing out that undercoat.
Yes.
Yeah, because you don't want that going up your nose or.
Yeah, exactly.
Looking on hair. Hey, I got a hairball. So for our viewers, we're going to ask them what color, we want you to comment, people. What color mask would you put on a chestnut or sorrel horse? let us know. We want to hear. We want to hear what you think would go well with a chestnut or sorrel horse. We're not going to do the gray because we know any color would work, right? Right, Diane?
Right. Yep.
And I have black horses.
Were Nate's
So
model. Or black, yes, yes.
yeah.
Yep, indeed. Well, ladies, that takes us to the end of my questions for you. Did I miss anything? Is there anything you'd like to add?
Do you know about our safety products? Did you see
Well,
those when
I
you were?
do, but I think you should tell us more. Tell us.
For fall riding, for hunting season or road riding, we offer a caution cape. It comes in 3 colors, yellow, green, and orange, bright colors. And we have reflective strips on them. That goes on the neck. Then we have our safety shield. We have fun coming up with the names for our products. That hangs over the rump. It's basically our glute guard. But then we have the same green, orange, or yellow, but we have reflective stripes on those also. And then we have our safety seams that are basically leg wraps, but they're with the reflective too.
Brilliant.
Beth's little mini she brings in at night, and she sometimes didn't want to come in at night, so she'd get her little flashlight out because she couldn't find her because it was dark. And as soon as she got the flashlight, she could find her.
It was like, boom, there she is. She's in the third pasture.
Yes, yes.
And our seams will fit all the way from minis, mini donkey, mini horse, all the way up to warm blood or draft. So they're
Nice.
adjustable.
Wow.
When we first came out with those, people would grab them and think fly boots, and we're like, well, no, because they're only 6 inches tall, whatever they are. So
But they're made
yeah.
of a ripstop denier that is waterproof, and so they can go through anywhere. You can use them for riding or pasture.
Nice. Yeah, yeah. When you go out to get your horses at night and you
Mhm.
whistle and nobody comes and you're like, I see you way
Yep.
out there.
Yeah.
Put your
When the
butt
days
in.
start getting shorter and they're like, nope, I haven't had enough my outside time yet.
Because minis can eat forever, so I could never get her in until I found her.
I love it. Well, for our viewers, you'll see the QR code. You've seen it throughout this video. If you want more information, you want to order, go visit horsehoodies.org. Just scan that QR code and get back to riding in the summer.
Yes, please. Definitely.
For sure. And in a safe manner as well. So I know I'm going to
Yes.
go shopping.
Please do. And if anybody has any questions, feel free to contact us.
Absolutely. You've heard it here. Thank you so much, ladies, for your time and your valuable information and your amazing products. I'm
Well,
thrilled
thank you.
that you both were inspired to do this.
Well, thank you.
Thank you very much.
All right. We'll talk soon.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Bye
Bye-bye.
now.
Happy trails.
Happy trails.